Hari Om to all the Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. So, welcome to one more session of Gita study under Dharmakshetra Study Circle with the blessings of Sri Prabhuji. Let us start with the prayer. नारायण समारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Hari Om everyone. So we are at the end of this 15th chapter, which is called the Purushottama Yoga. And the shloka that we are doing manana on today, the last selected verse of this chapter, tells us why he is called Purushottama, why this chapter is called Purushottama Yoga. So far we haven't come across any reference to why this chapter is named Purushottama Yoga. So once we do this last verse, we can do the revision. All of us together can do the revision. Okay. So let us start by chanting this selected verse. Illi. Okay. So let us chant this. Yo mam evam asammudaha janati purushottamam sa sarvavid bhajati mam sarvabhavena bharata. Who wants to go? Chandra? Chandra, will you chant?
यो मामेव मामेवमसम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत.
Yes, nice. Amele? Anyone?
Go ahead, Devendra.
Okay. यो मामेव समूढाः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत.
Yo mam evam asammudaha. Asammudaha. That is important. Okay, Indra.
Okay.
Sorry. Suma.
यो माम् एवमसम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत.
Yes. Jai Shri.
I can go, Purnima.
Yes, Shweta, helappa.
Yo mam evam asammudho janati purushottamam sa sarvavid bhajati mam sarvabhavana bharata.
Sarvabhavena bharata.
Sarvabhavena bharata.
Yes. Jai Shri. Jai Shri, Jai Shri, Padmaja, Kamala.
यो मामेवमसम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् मां
भजति
सर्व
माम. Hmm.
सर्वभावेन भारत
Okay.
सर्वविद् भजति मां.
Yes. Okay. Kamala?
मामेवमसम्मूढो
Shaila.
जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद्भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत.
Very nice, Shaila.
यो मामेवमसम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद्भवति मां सर्वभावेन भारत.
Sa sarvavid bhajati mam. Not bhavati.
Sorry, I wrongly mentioned, I think. स सर्वविद् भजति मां
Yes.
सर्वभावेन भारत.
Yes. Yes.
यो माम एवम् असम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत.
Very nice. Nyaridarappa. Suma Aita.
Yeah, and I put it much.
All right. Jayashri, I think, left the meeting. Okay, never mind. So, after giving all the gyan about the inverted tree and the nature of samsara, the nature of jiva, jagat and Ishvara, now Bhagwan is saying, Yomam evam janati, the one who knows me, the one who has understood all my teachings, he is called as asammudaha in this shloka. Mudaha means what? One who is deluded. Sammudaha means a great fool. Mudaha is a fool. Sammudaha is a greater fool. Asammudaha means the one who is not a fool. He is a wise person. Okay? So the one who knows me is a wise person. What does he know me as? He says, Yomam evam asammudaha janati purushottamam. The one who knows me as Purushottama is a wise man. So why has this term come here suddenly as a Purushottama? Why is Krishna calling himself as a Purushottama? Is the question. See, in the previous two shlokas, God says, Krishna says, there are two Purushas, Kshara Purusha and Akshara Purusha. What is the meaning of Kshara? That which decays. So what is which that decays in this inverted tree? Which is the decaying part of the inverted tree?
Leaves and the branches.
The manifest, everything that is manifest decays. So the Kshara Purusha is the manifest universe, the one which is coming and going, Kshara. Okay? So that is also Krishna only. We have seen in Vibhuti Yoga also he says, I am everything that is seen. There is only me, there is nothing else. So the Kshara is Krishna. The Kshara is Bhagavan Ishvara. Number one, tick. What about Akshara? If Kshara is the manifest, Akshara should be what?
Intellect.
Unmanifest.
The unmanifest. Ashte. Simple. Never mind. Alva, Akshara is manifest, Akshara is the unmanifest. So I am all that is manifest and I am all that is unmanifest also. There are two Purushas, Kshara and Akshara, the manifest and the unmanifest. Manifest we can see with our body-mind complex and the five senses and all, we can see the manifest universe. Manifest Purusha we are seeing. Where is the Akshara Purusha? Unmanifest one, where is he hiding? In the causal body he is there, isn't it, Suma? You wanted to say something? Yeah,
In the seed form.
in the seed form. In that same inverted tree, it is in the seed form. The Akshara Purusha is also there. Akshara Purusha is called as the Prakruti, which is the seed which manifests. So Shiva, Parvati, everything is there. I am that. And but me, Krishna, he is declaring, I am beyond Kshara and Akshara, I am Purushottama. I am neither Kshara Purusha, I am both Kshara Purusha and Akshara Purusha, but I am neither. See, all these contradictory things only God can say. I am neither this nor that. I am this also and that also. There is a beautiful shloka in the Guru Gita. It says, Tadejati, Tannaijati, Tad Dure, Tad Samipake. All the dvandvas will come there. He moves and he moves not. He is near yet he is far. Tad antarasya, tad bahyasya. He is inside and he is outside. So everything, that is why God is called, you cannot describe what is Brahman. It is really anirvachaniyam. One cannot describe at all with words. Therefore, all sorts of metaphors are brought in. So he is saying, I am Kshara, I am Akshara, but I am beyond both. I am Purushottama. Okay? I am the one. Why I am called Purushottama? Because I sustain and I nourish and I maintain the Kshara and the Akshara. I am the screen on which all this is being played out. Without the screen, there is no movie. Without the gold, there are no ornaments. Without the clay, there are no clay pots or any other product of clay. So, what is Purushottama? He is the one witness consciousness on which the Kshara and the Akshara are all playing out. So, that is why this chapter is called as the Purushottama Yoga. So Krishna has declared a lot of things about himself in this Bhagavad Gita. I am this, I am that. In the Vibhutito, he completely about what he is. And he's saying, I am Purushottama, I am beyond all that also. I am not, that favorite example of Nirmala's. Wave is water, but water is not wave. Does it make sense? Even if there is no wave, water is still there. Isn't it? That is how Bhagavan is still there, whether he is manifesting or he is in the seed state, doesn't matter. The screen is always present. So, Saha Sarvavid Janati, the one who knows me as Purushottama, that means all of us. We know Bhagavan, we know Brahman as the Purushottama. So, what about them? Jo Sarvavid, they are Sarvavid. The one who knows me knows everything. Now, how to explain that? Who wants to explain that? Knowing that I know everything. Can someone explain that? Does it make sense? Because if I know chemistry, I need not know physics. If I know biology, I need not know Sanskrit. If I know Sanskrit, I need not know mathematics. But here God is saying, you know me and you know everything. How is that explainable?
If I know that in all the bangle, necklace, earring, finger ring, it is made of gold, it is golden. I know the basis, metal base it is made of is gold.
Ashte.
Like that, I know Padmaja, Satya, Chandra, Purnima, Nirmala, Sweta, Suma, they are all only consciousness. It's only the name and form which is different. And name and form has no value. If I go and try to sell the necklace I have, he will weigh it in gold. He will not see, wow, what a beautiful design. No. Oh, is this a necklace? Oh, doesn't matter. For him, the weight is in gold.
Yes.
It's not in, name or form. Name and form is useless. They have no power because they are perishable. Whereas the permanent thing here, essence of something is consciousness. Essence of the water bodies,
Yeah.
the river, the wave, the ocean, the lake, the falls. What is the essence of all this? Water.
Water.
So if the moment I know yasmin vijnate sarvam
Sarvavidam with
yasmin jnate sarvam vijnatam bhavati. Knowing one thing, which everything becomes crystal clear.
Yes. Padmaja is saying something.
I think I didn't unmute.
No, you tell me. You wanted to add more to this, no?
I think
Sarvavid.
that first shloka 15.1 talks about that only. Urdhva moolam atha shakam. So I thought if I can start off with this, or you wanted to do something else?
No. We'll finish this shloka and then we start revise the whole chapter with yours. Alva?
Okay, done. Okay.
So Sarvavid, like Nirmala explained, you know the essence, you know everything, and also you can take the example of the dream. While I'm dreaming, it's very vivid. All the details are so vivid and so colorful and so experientially real. But when I wake up, try to remember the dream. Not necessary. You know that it's an illusion, it's done and finished. The whole thing you can put into a basket and throw it out. You don't have to remember the details of the dream to dismiss it. Isn't it? Therefore, this is what is Sarvavid. I know the whole package is an illusion. Finish. The dream katha is over. Like that, the person who knows this I am the screen on which everything is playing out, whole Jagat itself, the whole life from morning to night, it's a dream only. Sarvavid. Anything, it could be a nuclear scientist, rocket scientist, or it could be any laborer, or it doesn't matter. Whatever they are doing, everything is, it is just a activity which is happening on the screen. Sarvavid, he is the Sarvavid, he knows everything. The sun shines upon the entire surface of the earth. It's just there, it is shining. Does it have to know I'm shining on a desert, I'm shining on a cave, I'm shining on a hill? No, it doesn't have to know the details of the earth, the surface on which the sun is shining. That is how one understands Purushottama. Just apart from everything that is being played out. That is the Purushottama. Ashte. And so, Saha Sarvavid Bhajati Mam. So this Sarvavid is always, Bhajati means he is always conscious of my true nature. That person is always conscious of his own true nature. How does he remember? Sarva Bhavena. In all states, whatever he is doing, he is conscious of Bhagavan, of Ishvara, of his own true nature. Sarva Bhavena, whether I am waking, sleeping, whether I am cooking, dancing, or whatever I am doing, Sarva Bhavena, eyes open, Sarva, all Bhava, whatever my state of mind. Eyes open and eyes closed, I know my true nature. How beautiful is that? When I open my eyes, I see Bhagavan, I see Ishvara in the whole entire manifest universe. When I feel full, complete, that is called Purna Bhava. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma Bhava is there when I am looking at the world. And when I close my eyes, everything just goes into silence, absorbed into my own self. That is what Purushottama Yoga is all about. Eyes open. That means this Purushottama, the one who knows Purushottama, is Maya is beyond Prakriti. He is Maya Tita, transcended Maya. Maya can no longer influence this person, whether he is dreaming or sleeping. Dreaming, sleeping, or awake. All the three avasthas, this person is transcended, has transcended Maya. That is why this is called as a greatest secret, Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya. Why is it a great secret? Though it is an open secret. Why do you think it's a secret? Yakappa? Ishtistu 18 chapters Bhagavan is shouting from rooftops, yet he calls it a secret. Why, Padmaja?
99.99% of the people don't know about it. They just behave it, that they are BMI. They are into BMI.
Correct. Yes.
Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya. It's a royal secret.
Royal secret. Yes, Shweta.
I think it's because of Maya, right? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's all Maya's fault.
It's right there. It's right there. As clear as daylight. Yes, yet we do not see it.
Yes.
That is a Maya. That is Maya. Right. Correct.
As Padmaja said, 99.9 people don't even get to hear this.
True.
Even if they get to hear, they foo-foo it, they don't understand, they are not interested. Suppose God comes now and says, Nirmala, I give you moksha now.
Mhm.
No, I don't want moksha now. Give me a few more years. I have some things to.
Very important things to take care of before that. Right.
See?
Hmm.
So you have to be totally prepared. You should be like a dry wood to catch fire.
Yeah.
If you're coal, you cannot catch fire immediately. If you're a plantain stem, you cannot catch fire. If I am a wet wood, I can't catch fire. So many things have to happen before you are going to be able to
Yes.
hear this knowledge,
Yes.
accept it,
Yes.
and put it into action.
In
So it's a very long drawn process,
Yes.
drawn out process.
Correct. In one word, in one phrase, pure mind is necessary to be able to assimilate, to be able to come to this knowledge, understand it, assimilate it. Pure mind, chitta shuddhi. Bottom line, chitta shuddhi.
Yes.
Yes, Shweta, Vadayar. You want to unmute?
Yeah.
Yes.
The thing is that as Shweta and Padma told, right, as it's all about Maya, even, they know also, some people will tell, I know everything of Bhagavad Gita, but none of them know anything in depth. So that also, matters.
Okay. All right. So this is about the entire chapter, the last verse. There is one more verse. It's okay. It's about the same thing, in which he says that it's a secret. Guhyatamam. This is a Guhyatamam yogam. It's a very secret, very difficult to understand. Though it is simple, it is difficult. Because we are all mudhas. Sammudaha. We are all sammudaha. Most of us in the universe are sammudaha. Completely under delusion of Maya. Now we have become asammudaha because we are able to understand what's happening. And Vivekananda called it an open secret. From rooftops, Bhagavan is telling, the Sadgurus are telling, the scriptures are declaring, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi. Open secret. But yet I don't understand. There's a very nice anecdote about this I want to share, which was shared by some other guru. Okay. So you walk into a party and You call Krishna, half of them turn around because variations of Krishna names are there. Krishna Prasad, Krishna Murti, Krishnananda, whatever. Half the people, half the men turn around for the name Krishna. Then you call Rama, again varieties of Rama variations. Ramachandra, Ramamurti, whatever, Ramakrishna, all the Ramas will turn. And then you call fool, everyone will turn. I'm a fool, I'm an idiot, I'm a donkey. That impression is very deep rooted in us. If somebody calls a donkey, I'm sure most of us will turn around because we have been called all sorts of names by the world many times over, all these years. And we think, we believe. If somebody says you are an ass, I believe it and I carry that hurt for me throughout my life. Like Prabhuji says, I am telling you, you are God, you don't believe me. Somebody calls you an ass, you believe it. What sort of foolishness is that? That is why sammudaha. All of us are totally deluded with this kind of behavior. Okay, then we can now go to the revision of all the shlokas.
I want to tell a small story.
Yes,
I
please.
will tell that.
Nirmala will tell, then Padmaja will tell. Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, Nirmala.
No, Padmaja, you say first.
Purnima talked about party, no? So I was also thinking that let's say everyone goes to a party. There is a birthday party, and everyone comes and gives gifts to the birthday boy or the girl. So the birthday person, whoever is the birthday boy, let's say, he is very, very happy to receive the gifts. Then comes one person who gives a gift, but in an old, not packaged, not shining paper and all that, but on the old cloth only he's giving it. This guy is like, what is this kind of a gift he's giving? It's so very, this one. Ellaru kotta irodu gift is so nice, so shiny, looks so awesome. But idu nodidrane, but when he opens, he finds a gold biscuit only. So that is how it is there. We are all, covered by that illusion.
Yes.
So once you open that, actually. So all these, whatever studies we are doing, it opens that illusion, that
Very
cover.
nice, very
and we
nice.
know the real gold adre.
Very beautiful. Chanagittu. Very nice metaphor. Padmaja, well said.
That was really nice, Padmaja.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So beautiful, right? Very evocative.
Yeah.
So Nirmala, you want to add? Heli.
Mine is a very playful one. And the thing is, the last of the ostrich, Hitler's henchman, was there. The CBI had to catch him. He was he's an expert in avoiding all these guys. Okay. Remember, we have a weak point. Whenever we are at our very very emotional or very the language we use is our mother tongue.
True.
So they use that mother tongue of that fellow with his pet name.
Pakda gaya.
Pakda gaya. He fell for it.
True.
So the best way to catch a person is
to touch the core.
That when you call their this thing.
Yeah, correct.
Right, that's all.
Very
It's
nice.
it's just it's not connected, but it's just a fun story.
Fun story.
How they
So,
caught it.
yeah. So we should all say yes to Brahman, Krishna. Krishna means Bhagwan. If somebody calls Bhagwan, we should all say ha. That should become our identity. Yes, Shweta. What are
This is a real experience what my father had. He shared with me this. So while he was working, so he was a head for 3 districts of Karnataka. So that's when he was in electricity board. He used to go visit this farm people, like, I want to do this, that. And, this all used to happen, it seems. One day he went to somebody who did not pay bill.
Mm.
And that guy looked he was very old guy. And he asked, my father asked, why haven't you paid bill? So my father said, no, I don't know that, how much bill, because I'm an illiterate person. Then my father thought he's very poor. Then he asked one of his assistant that, go to that tree. I have tied, something is there. There is one tied bag. Just go and get it. The minute the guy went and bought it, and he opened in front of my dad, it seemed there were bundle of cash. So the thing is that my father said, see, appearance doesn't matter. It all matters about, how, they are clever.
Very true.
This is what, life experience he shared with me.
Very
So
nice.
never judge anybody on their appearance. Always listen to what they are telling.
Very correct. Very nice. Very nice. Yes.
Not connected again. It's not connected to Vedanta. When you call fool in the party, when you call out fool, everybody turns to see who is the fool. He doesn't realize
That is so.
he
That's,
is the fool.
that
That's
is
it.
very correct. That is also true. So we all want to know who that fool is. The one who is turning is also a fool. Correct? Because why is he a fool, Jayashree? We can turn it into Vedanta question. Why is the fellow who turns also a fool?
He thinks he is the BMI.
Because
He is in ignorance that he is one. He is in ignorance that he is.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಸರಿ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫೂಲ್ ಅಂತ ಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ he is also a fool, you are saying why andre that is one, he is BMI number 1. Number 2, a gnani will see only gnanis only, he doesn't see fools. A gnani will not turn to see who is a fool, because for him there are no fools. Alva? Isn't that what Prabhuji always says? Yes or no? There
For
are
Gnani, everybody looks like a Gnani around him.
everybody looks like Allah. Everybody is a Buddha, only that he is a sleeping Buddha. Isn't it? That's what Gnani sees. The Gnani can see, the world is a reflection. It only reflects what I think, what my thoughts are being reflected to me. For him, the Gnani's thoughts are always about Gnana, purity. Everything is Bhagwan Ishvara. So he sees Ishvara in everything. He doesn't see fool at all. That's what it is. That is why. So the one who turns is also a fool. Helappa, Nirmala.
Sorry. No, go ahead, Nirmalaji. I'll go next. Go ahead. Oh. No, I was just going to add something for the question what you just asked, Purnimaji. Why is the person who turns around is also a fool, right? That was your question earlier. I think we also, what Bhagwan also says, right? Like Jita Sangha Dosha, we need to drop interest in unnecessary things. That's unnecessary to know. It's not my problem whether somebody is fool or not. Why do I need to know?
Jita Sangha Dosha.
I need to be in Adhyatma Nitya, right? Contemplating on him. Not on Jita Sangha Dosha.
Very nice, Shweta. Very beautifully said. So those are the qualities of the Gnani. Adhyatma Nitya, Vinivritta Kama, Jita Sangha Dosha. He has no Raga Dvesha. So he does not categorize people as fool, intelligent, this, that, nothing. Very beautifully put, Shweta. Thank you so much.
No, you asked us to revise. That was what, Shloka 15:1 or
Beautiful.
or 15:2 something. Yeah.
How nice. Nirmala, what did you want to add to that? Boliye.
They say that what is this nonsense? I am Tattvamasi, 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 Rajan. All the time, all the Vedas, iti Vedanta Dindimaha. They are just beating the drum. You are Tattvamasi, you are that, you are that. Oh, but no, we are more bothered. Today is Ashtami Tithi, tomorrow is Navami. My 7.5 years, Sade Sati is going on. My Ashtam Shani is going on. That we believe more and we believe astrologers more.
Correct.
But whereas Here is Vedanta
Mm.
crying from the rooftop and saying, Tattvamasi, 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 Rajan. You are the king, Raja.
You're a Purushottama.
You are Purushottama, Raja.
How
If
beautiful.
somebody says, you call me Purushottama, I will not turn my head at all.
Unless
Oh,
it
that
is
is not
given.
true.
Unless it's
No.
given the name. Unless it's the name given by my parents. Yeah, I will
Yes.
not turn.
No, no. Oh, I am not that.
I'm not
Whereas if you call me fool, immediately
Immediately I will
oh,
turn.
I'll
See,
turn.
how deep-rooted the vasana. Huh? How much
Ajnana.
Ajnana, the vasana, the Ajnana, vasana of BMI and the Ajnana of my true nature is very, very deep-rooted.
Whereas this Aham Brahmasmi is not coming at all.
It is all too thick. The layers are very thick. They need to be drilled. Drilled every week with Bhagavad Gita Pata. Yes.
इतना होने के बावजूद
Yes, Indra, you want to say something? Okay. So, shall we go to the revision? Fatafat. Yes. Okay. Yes, Padmaja, go.
Yes. So I'll chant the shloka first.
Yes.
ऊर्ध्वमूलम् अथ शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित्.
Very nice. Yes.
So this I by hearted.
Good.
So this one is like. So now here Sri Krishna is comparing the tree with material existence. So he says, and he is helping us understand how we are entangled in this tree, and also he gives a solution on how to cut this tree. So he says there is an inverted banyan tree. If you see, there's a tree there, original tree, and there's an inverted banyan tree where the roots are up and the branches are down. And the leaves that represents a Chandansi. Chandansi is the Vedic hymns. And Vedavit is one who is a knower of this Vedas. So one who understands this tree is the knower of the Vedas.
Correct.
So this tree, we know that it's not going to stay tomorrow. It's a reflection. So for devotees, the tree of material existence is not there. As they know that they are going to attain the Krishna. But for those materialists, for those who are into materialistic, this tree is there until they are there. So once they leave, then the tree is gone. So they say that we have different lokas, Satyaloka, Bhuloka, Pataloloka. The first 7 are called higher lokas, and the last 7 are called, until Patalaloka, there are 7 lower lokas. And the fruits of this tree represent the living entities, their activities, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, all these things.
Yes.
So we have to see that the banyan tree that is there, the original one is the pure form, which is a spiritual world. And the reflection is the material world.
Yeah.
And most of them are stuck in that reflection, which is actually just a reflection in the material thing. So the topmost in the spiritual world becomes the lowermost in the material world. That's how the reflection happens.
Yes.
So if you're seeing the Satyaloka there, then in the reflection, that whole thing is good. So the love for God is the topmost in the spiritual world, whereas the love for God becomes the bottommost in the material world. They don't have that love only for the God.
Yeah.
And the person who knows the Veda means he or she knows how to cut off the attachments in the material world.
Yeah.
The purpose or the goal of life is to cut down the reflected tree and attain the real tree in the spiritual world. And how does that happen? It happens through Shavana, Manana, Nididhyasa, Dhyana Yoga, and by attending Purnima's classes. So if you keep doing this, so whatever is necessary for us, it will happen. We don't have to run behind everything. We have to do whatever we need to do. However, you don't have to be, getting into attachment, raga, dvesha, peka, gilla. So the seed of this samsara tree is avidya, the ignorance. I am the body, I am the mind. Okay, so we have this kama, the desire, which will make us to do karma, which is actions, which will give karma phala, which is the result.
Yes.
So, what is it? So what we need to understand, something that's difficult to understand is higher. The roots are up here, there. The cause is higher. And whatever is nitya is higher. The nourisher is higher. The root is ruling over the entire tree.
Yes.
We need to understand that.
Yes.
That which is subtle is always higher than the gross.
Correct.
Sthula Sharira, Shukshma Sharira, and Karana Sharira. So once we need to know that samsara exists in the mind of Jiva.
Mm.
Vedas, the leaves, are nourishing this samsara. Okay, and in this Karma Kanda, it explains how to conduct the tree, how to conduct the life, how to achieve our desires.
Yes.
So Karma Kanda nourishes the samsara tree,
Yes.
whereas the Jnana Kanda helps us in cutting off this tree, the attachments. So what we need to understand is cut off that perishable tree, the reflection, and settle in the root, which is Paramatma.
Yes.
That is all about this.
Very beautiful. Chanagittu. Very well said, no, Padmaja? Everyone, Taliya. Very
So
beautiful.
question to all of you is, how do we cut this samsara tree? What kind of weapons should we use?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
your question.
Anyone can answer that. What are the weapons with which we cut the roots of the samsara tree? Yes.
Start off with attending Purnimaji's class.
Yeah.
Jnana Vairagya Asina.
Knowledge. Yeah.
Jnana
Through
Vairagya.
knowledge
Yeah.
and
Yes.
the knowledge. Yeah.
Acts of
See,
knowledge.
Purnima, everyone is so knowledgeable, Purnima.
Absolutely. When somebody
Viveka
calls
and
us
Vairagya. By
Viveka and Vairagya. Yes, Kamala also said that, no? Kamala, what did you say?
No, that I wanted to tell that it is followed in the next shloka, 15.5.
Which you are going to tell? Come on, let me share that shloka. Takam. Yes, yes. Illa, this is the. Yes, 15.5. Helappa. Kamala.
Nirmanamoha jitasankadosha adhyatmanitya vinivritta kamaha dvandvairvimukta sukadukka samjnair gachanti amuda padamavyayam tat.
Mm.
So, here Krishna is giving 5 conditions through which you can attain me. So first one is nirmana moha. We should leave our mana and moha. Mana means pride.
Yes.
So the subtle ego which we carry.
Yes.
How to do that? Through surrender. Completely surrender with pure heart. Then that pride will be destroyed.
Yeah.
And moha is like desires for everything, unwanted desires. So when we leave mana, moha, when we conquer this, and when we conquer Sankadosha also, like when we start associating with our BMI, that is Sankadosha. Through our Jnanendriya, Karmendriyas and all, we are getting associated to this BMI and material world. So we need to dissociate ourselves from that. So third one is
Adhyatma Nitya.
Adhyatma Nitya. So every day we need to give some time for our spiritual thing, like how we do Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, service. That's what Prabhuji always says, right? So through this karma yogi, without having any attachment to the results of whatever we do, we need to do through a karma as a karma yogi. So when we do that, Adhyatma Nitya, Vinivritta Kamaha. So dissociate from Kamaha, lust.
Yeah.
Then Dvandvair Vimuktaha. What all from the dualities. Like when we start doing this, slowly we will come out of the dualities, like sorrow and happiness and sadness.
Yes.
He is concluding that also. Sukha Dukkha Sanjnair. The dualities like Sukha Dukkha.
Yes.
All those things we will be able to overcome all those things.
Yeah.
When we do all these things, Gachanti, we will attain. Amuda Padam Avyayam Tat. That Amuda means that person will never be called as a fool.
Yes.
And we will attain to that Pada.
Avyaya Pada.
Attain Avyaya Pada.
Beautiful. Very beautifully explained, Kamala. I'm so happy. Beautiful, lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank
Padmaja, Kamala, Ace.
Yes.
You got A+.
A plus. Really, really. This is so beautiful. I mean, it's so touching and heartwarming. Who is explaining 15.6? ಶೈಲಾನಾ? ಹೇಳಿ ಶೈಲಾ, ಹೇಳಿ.
ಹರಿ ಓಂ.
ಹರಿ ಓಂ. You want to chant? ಹಾಂ.
ನ ತದ್ಭಾಸಯತೆ ಸೂರ್ಯೋ ನ ಶಶಾಂಕೋ ನ ಪಾವಕಃ ಯದದ್ಗತ್ವಾ ನ ವಿನಿವರ್ತಂತೆ ತದ್ದಾಮ ಪರಮಂ ಮಮ.
Beautiful.
So here the Lord
Are you talking?
nature is created by the material energy,
Yes.
which is Dvaita. So the divine is Advaita. It is created by the Yoga Maya, the spiritual energy, which is both the transcendental and perfect, Sat Chit Ananda, which is bliss, eternity, and the knowledge.
Okay.
So one has to associate with the Lord, with the pure consciousness, so to dissociate with the Maya, the duality. So with the saffron cloth, he cannot detach himself with the attraction of the material world. So he should have the knowledge to detach and attach himself with the devotional service of the Lord. Full surrenderance. That is why it says Paramam Mama, the Supreme Self Atma Jyoti. So he assures the souls will attain him, resides eternally within him. So how to get out of this samsara? So you should have Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa,
Yes.
so that it erases all the karmas.
Yeah.
And doesn't add on in the like whatever in the present life.
Very nice.
So the samsara karma of punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, it goes away and it is in the self Atma Jyoti always.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Iri, one ನಿಮಿಷ ಶೈಲಾ. You see that picture on the screen, no? Adding a spoon of salt into that water. What does it indicate with respect to this shloka? It is saying something. Can you relate that to this shloka?
Like it dilutes everything and it becomes the self.
Yadgatva na nivartante. Once you go there, you cannot come back. Anta. Once the salt is completely dissolved in water, it doesn't come back. You become one with it, Anta, isn't it? That's what this shloka is saying. Yadgatva na nivartante taddhama paramamam. That is my permanent abode. ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಶೈಲಾ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. ಎಸ್ ನಿರ್ಮಲಾ?
Yadgatvana nivartante, for that, every river who is going to come near the ocean
cannot flow back.
No, it is afraid.
It's afraid also.
It shakes in fear because once it goes in, it loses its identity and becomes the ocean itself.
Yes. Very beautiful.
It like that. If you take the river to the ocean, then what remains is only the ocean.
Yep.
There is no longer.
Yeah.
You don't say, oh, Godavari is going there. Oh, this is going, Krishna is going there.
Identity merged with the ocean. Ashte. Finish.
Yes.
So beautiful.
Finish.
Oh my God. Just to imagine that state is so blissful, no?
Yes. To become one. But I'm afraid. I don't know. For all the thing, I'm afraid to give up my identity. Yeah. I'm very proud of my, the ego is very strong. It always says, hold on to your self, personality.
Yeah, right. Very beautifully shared by everyone. So now we have 15.7, which is Jayashri.
I'm 15.15.
15 15.7 ಯಾರು ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ವಾ? ಓಕೆ, ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಡ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಇಟ್. ಮಮೈವಾಂಶೋ ಜೀವಲೋಕೆ ಜೀವಭೂತ ಸನಾತನಃ ಮನಃ ಷಷ್ಟಾಂದ್ರಿಯಾಣಿ ಪ್ರಕೃತಿಸ್ಥಾನಿ ಕರ್ಷತಿ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಭಗವಾನ್. embodied souls on this material world are my eternal fragmental parts. Jiva loke sanatana. And we are sanatana also. Like that Ashwatha tree which is sanatana, this manifest world will keep coming and going. Though it is ashashvata, it is sanatana, eternal. Eternally changing. And so, but because I am deluded by my material nature, all my indriyas will travel when I die. Skarshati, Prakriti will pull it out of this one dead body and put it into another body. That is the state of a mudha. But we are all asamudha. So we will go to the next shloka. Illa. Oh yeah, this one, Nirmala has to speak about these two. Fatafat. Nirmala heli 13 and 14. It's all 5 more minutes. Nirmala, are you there? Okay. Nirmala has disappeared. So this is a very beautiful shloka which I absolutely love. Aham Vaishvanaro bhutva praninam dehamashritah pranapana samayuktaha pachamyannam chaturvidham. So we had spoken at length on this, how Bhagwan himself is the one who is doing who is taking care of the entire functioning of this BMI. As prana, apana, samana, vyana, all these.
Purnima,
Heli.
I need a lot of time
Hauda?
for this.
Next
time, definitely I'll talk.
Done. Okay, then we will go to 15.5 which Jayashree can tell us about. Yes, Jayashree, carry on.
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि संनिविष्टो मत्तस्मृतिज्ञानमापोहनं च वेद्यैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृत् वेदविदेव चाहम्.
Lovely, yes.
Yes. Thus I give rise to memory and understanding, or take them away too. I am the goal of all sacred scriptures. I am the author of Vedanta and end and essence of holy scriptures. And I am also the consciousness that understands them. Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi. He is the energy behind everything. The minute you realize that everything is God, who is to worship whom? He is there in everything. He is illuminating all knowledge because he is the consciousness in us. He is present in everyone's heart. He is the consciousness. This shloka highlights Krishna's divine presence, Krishna Tattva in every manifest world. He is the essence of all beings. He is guiding our thoughts, actions, memory, knowledge, jnana. So every fool should recognize that he is Krishna. Every person should recognize he is Rama. I am Brahman. He is there. He is in everyone.
Yes.
He is everyone.
Yes.
He is everyone.
Bottom line, he is in everyone and I am that also. That's the ultimate. From Dvaita go to Advaita. Aham Brahmasmi. Very nice, Jayashree. Thank you. Shweta, helippa.
15.14 can I tell? Because
Yeah.
it has become one of my favorite.
Yeah, quickly. Yes, do that.
Yeah. But
What happened? Okay, it's already 8. So, along with Nirmala, you can recall 15.8 also, Shweta. Shall we do that?
15.8. Okay. I'll
Because it's
recall.
already 8.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
can wind up.
15.8, right? I'll just.
Next week we will do that.
Yes.
Next chapter is ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅದು ದೈವಾಸುರ ಸಂಪತ್ ವಿಭಾಗ ಯೋಗ.